college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Washington State Cougars offense will get first crack at it today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And what a great job by defense getting penetration quickly, forcing the running back to get outside and try to make that thing go wide, which that's what you want as a defense. When they run the draw, they want you to run up field, and you run right up the middle. Good job by the defense getting some penetration to throw off the running back.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on... And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Great job up front on this pass rush. Defense in a dime personnel grouping. They've got 6 DBs on the field. They're expecting pass, so they're going to have to win with 4 guys. And they're 4-1. They got the job done.
Washington State will have to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. So Oregon's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean.
Oh, he's got some space. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
From the gun, running back on the move. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
They'll run it on first and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Lets it fly. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
They don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Going right to work up top. Finds his tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The give to the tailback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The inside handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
With the catch, it's Ellison. Oh, the sweet feet. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Cougars are on the move. Back to the ground game on the left. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
He'll run it again. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. They'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it down at the 34.
We'll give the defense credit there on third down. It almost looked like they were expecting the screen. They gave up a few yards, but not enough for a first down. Now they've got a chance to get off the field.
Washington State sends out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, the ground game. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Whittington. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. Oh, they're after him. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Punt is in the air. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Here comes the heat. And the quarterback brought up two and sacked at the 12. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Quickly complete. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Moore to the air. He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
But how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you can have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're dealing with a second and long. The lone back's got it. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. He's looking to throw on third and short. Grab near the marker is Ellison. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Third down play from the gun. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
Washington State ready to boot it away to start the third quarter. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Whittington. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Rides the back on the option, the give.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll go right back to the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Makes the catch. It's Moore. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Give to the running back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
The Ducks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Slips, slithers, and jukes his way out to the 26.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
Takes the handoff. It's Voorhees. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. To the ground with the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Moore will throw. Finds his man. It's low. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
He'll pull it on the read. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They boot it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. to the air on first down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Dude, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was all me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Now the play fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, but we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And I don't know how the offense was able to come up with that one, guys, but fourth and long, and they find a way. Everybody on defense had their eyes on the quarterback, but he was still able to just give his guy a chance, put it near his body. He makes a phenomenal effort and grab, and they keep the drive alive.
Washington State ready to go with another first down. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
How about this defense rising to the challenge? Focal point number 1, stopping the great running back. Check. How do we do it? Being physical at the line of scrimmage, getting off blocks, not missing a lot of tackles. They have checked all of those boxes and shut this dude down.
The sure hands, it's Ellison. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They'll try the run. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him to struggle as much as he had so far in this game.
Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. The snap sets up the throw. Under fire. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. A
lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Wants to throw it. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Dead center perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And with that kick, man, we got a 1-possession game. Here's the good thing. Good news is you got all 3 timeouts. So you can kick this football deep, use your timeouts, save as much time as you can to give your offense a chance to go win this football game.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot. You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot. Man, it's tough offensively. It's 3rd and long. You know you're probably going to see zone coverage, so timing has to be so good to fit it into a tight window, and they just couldn't get it done on that last throw.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Got a man. It's Freeman. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Catch in the middle, it's Meredith. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Game on the line. Offense has the ball. Down one score. Time winding down. What is better than this? Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.